Hello, welcome to Boosting Your Career Search with LinkedIn. My name is Brittany Sherman, and I'm a Career Services Advisor with Valley College. The Career Services Department wanted to provide this presentation to help students and graduates understand the website LinkedIn and how it can be a useful tool when searching for career opportunities. During this presentation, we'll cover a few different topics. You'll get a brief overview of what LinkedIn is, what top features the site provides, and some best practices and tips to get the most out of the site. Some of you may not have a LinkedIn at all, and some of you maybe have a profile but don't know how to harness the site, and that's okay. My goal by the end of this presentation is to make you more informed and to give you the tools to create a strong profile. So, what exactly is LinkedIn? Simply put, LinkedIn is an online service that allows users to connect professionally. You may think it's a social media site, but the service can do a lot more than social interaction alone. This is a mighty tool to launch your career and hosts a plethora of features that help people easily connect on a professional level. You can get to the site by going to www.linkedin.com, or if you do a quick search online for LinkedIn, it'll typically pop up. So, if you're still on the fence about joining, we'll just let the numbers speak for themselves. There are over 690 million members of LinkedIn, and that number grows every day. That's a lot of networking potential. There's also over 30 million companies from all over the world. And finally, with at least 20 million open jobs on LinkedIn Jobs, it's easy to see why this is a must-have tool for career seekers. So now that you're ready to sign up, how exactly do you use this in your career search? LinkedIn hosts a lot of different features, but many are overlooked or underutilized by job seekers. So let's get into what they are and why you might want to use them. Some of the features that I found the most useful and want to speak about today are LinkedIn Jobs, Skills and Endorsements, Profile Accomplishments, Salary Insights, See Your Commute, and finally, LinkedIn News. Each of these features has a key role in utilizing the site to its greatest potential. Click on the audio buttons below to hear a little bit more about each feature. LinkedIn isn't just for connecting with others. It also has a job search feature called LinkedIn Jobs, and it's represented by a briefcase icon at the top of the page. It works like most job search sites and allows you to easily narrow down your selection. You can filter by location, experience level, or by company. Since LinkedIn is a widely used site for professionals, there's often open positions on here that you may not find on other job sites like Indeed. The Skills and Endorsement feature is one of my favorite features unique to LinkedIn. Each LinkedIn profile has a section specifically for skills. These skills are often ones you've obtained from your education or previous experience. It's one thing to say that you have a skill, though, and another completely to have it backed up. The endorsement feature allows someone to verify your skill by endorsing it. For example, if your previous coworker Mary knows that you are excellent at customer service, she can endorse the skill if you have it listed. This gives more weight to the things that you excel at. And while you may want to add a bunch of different skills, it's a good practice to make sure you feature your 3 most relevant skills first. These will be the ones that are featured front and center on your profile. But don't worry, other skills will still be listed once you click Show More. The Profile Accomplishments section of your page is a great section that allows you to show off those special accomplishments that you're not real sure how to feature otherwise. This section is great for projects, grades, publications, or even those wonderful standardized test scores that you received. Once you click the Jobs tab on LinkedIn, there'll be a button labeled Salary near the top of the page. This will take you to the LinkedIn Salary page. Once on this page, you can search salaries by either job title or company. This gives you some great insight as to what the average position might pay. Keep in mind that this can vary a lot depending on your geographical location. However, when utilized correctly, it's a great tool for getting an idea of what a particular position is worth. It may even help you with that dreaded salary question in an interview. If you're not comfortable giving the interviewer an exact figure, you can express the salary range you discovered while researching and ask if that's an appropriate range for the role. The feature called See Your Commute is fantastic for those of you who have specific commute needs. This feature is built right into the job search engine on LinkedIn, so you don't even have to navigate anywhere special to see it. Once you search for a position and click it, the job details will appear on the right side of the page. If you scroll to the bottom of the listing, there will be an estimate of your typical commute time, and it will even provide you a map with a highlighted route. It's important to make sure that your address is correct on LinkedIn, or this feature may not work right. As a rule of thumb, it's still smart to make sure you read the job description in its entirety to make sure that the location is correct. Finally, an often overlooked feature is LinkedIn News. On the right side of your LinkedIn dashboard or homepage, there will be a section titled Today's News and Views. These are clickable links that will take you to the posting or article. These postings sometimes speak about current job trends and may also provide advice for career seekers. It's also a great way to stay in the know and relevant. Now that you know some of the ways that LinkedIn can help your career search, let's talk about how to strengthen your own LinkedIn profile. Typically, those who get the most out of LinkedIn are active users with detailed profiles. If you're like me, you may have made a profile at some point, but didn't really know what to do next. Once I learned the value of LinkedIn and all it has to offer, I'm now a daily user and feel that there are many more opportunities than I initially realized. Let's talk about a few things you can do to make sure you have the best profile that you can. Other than your name and photo, one of the very first things that people will see when visiting your profile is your headline. A strong headline should be more than just a job description. You want your headline to be informative, but also interesting enough that it entices your audience to read more. Use your skills and specific metrics when possible. Even if you're unemployed, it's better to use your headline to speak to your goals rather than your unemployment. There are lots of examples online, so feel free to do the research and pull from those for inspiration. A big mistake that many users make is leaving their profile photo and their cover photo blank. Having a profile photo makes your profile more visible and interesting. With that being said, there's a few do's and don'ts when considering what photos to use. Click the audio buttons below to learn more. When choosing a profile photo, you should make sure that it's high resolution. Pixelated pictures don't leave a very professional impression. You should also be wearing professional attire or attire relevant to your field of interest. Many people also make the mistake of uploading a photo of themselves in a group. This often just causes confusion as to who the profile really belongs to. And last but not least, be recognizable. While it's tempting to upload that photogenic picture from the past, it can be quite a shock to an interviewer when you show up and don't look like your picture anymore. If you haven't had it done yet, it may be time to consider a professional headshot to really tie your profile together. Many users also forget to upload a cover photo. This is more space to be utilized on your page, so you might as well make the most of it. Again, make sure the photo is high quality. Often, it's best to use this cover photo to have some sort of meaning. Do you want to promote specific skills, a brand, a company, something else? Use the space to do it. Finally, make sure you're positioning and cropping your photo so you can see everything that you intend the viewer to see. On LinkedIn, your profile picture covers the cover photo, so make sure you take that into account. It takes a lot of time, effort, and dedication to complete a certification. Show off these accomplishments by using the certification section of your profile. You may have to add it when clicking Edit Profile. This area allows you to upload licenses or certifications. For Valley College students, this could be a great place to showcase your NHA or CompTIA certifications. Any LinkedIn presentation would be incomplete without mentioning the power of networking. This platform is great because it allows you to connect with people that you may not have otherwise. You can connect directly to recruiters or even with previous coworkers and managers. Some ways to get some more followers and connections is by posting engaging content, joining a group, or following tags and companies. When visiting a company's page, you may be surprised to learn a coworker from a previous job is now working there. Use that connection to your advantage and see if you can find out more about the position. Networking on LinkedIn is definitely what you make of it. We talked a little bit about endorsements before, but how do you get an endorsement? Honestly, one of the most effective ways to get an endorsement on your profile is to endorse others. If you worked with someone whose skills you can verify, endorse them if you feel it's valid. Often, users will feel the urge to return the favor after you've endorsed them. Also, steer clear of spamming people and asking for endorsements, as this does not come across very professional. We have covered a lot of topics, and with LinkedIn, there's so much more that we could cover, but it might take a while. So at this point, I'd like to leave you with some overall do's and don'ts as you start your LinkedIn journey. Do have a photo. We talked about why that's so important. Do keep things professional. It is a professional website after all. Do make meaningful connections, ones that are mutually beneficial. And definitely send personal messages when sending a request. This will make people much more likely to accept your request. And for the don'ts, don't send spam to connections. Nobody wants that. Don't ask for endorsements from strangers. This puts the validity of your skills into question. Don't ignore requests and messages. Research them if you feel it's necessary, but never underestimate where your next meaningful opportunity may come from. And finally, don't have an incomplete profile. But hopefully with what you've learned today, you will have a great profile that you can expand on as time goes on. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about LinkedIn. I hope that this presentation has been enlightening and has taught you something that you may have not known before. You're one step closer to being a LinkedIn pro. If you want to learn more about some of these topics, there are so many resources online. I encourage everyone to learn all that they can about getting the most out of this powerful site. Finally, if you still have more questions, reach out to your career services advisor. They may have experience or advice that's not covered in the presentation. Our goal is to help you find your dream career, and the more resources that you have to do so, the better. So thank you.